I need to be baptized by you. And do you come to me?
Balaam and the Talking Donkey. 1. The king who was afraid. Imagine a powerful king watching an enormous army move closer and closer to his land. His name was Balak, king of Moab. The Israelites were traveling toward the promised land, and Balak had become terrified of them. He had heard about the victories God had given them, and he feared that Moab would be destroyed. So Balak came up with a plan. Instead of fighting Israel directly, he sent messengers to a man named Balaam, who was known for his ability to pronounce blessings and curses. Balak's message was simple. Come and curse these people for me. He offered Balaam great rewards if he would do it. But there was one problem. God had already told Balaam not to curse Israel because they were blessed. And Balaam knew that no amount of money could change God's command. 2. Balaam's dangerous journey. Balak didn't give up. He sent more important officials to Balaam and promised him even greater rewards. Balaam asked God again, and eventually God allowed him to go, but warned him to speak only the words God gave him. So Balaam saddled his donkey and began his journey. But something strange happened. God was angry with Balaam as he traveled. And Balaam couldn't understand why. Then, suddenly, an angel of the Lord appeared on the road, standing in front of him with a sword in his hand. But Balaam couldn't see the angel. His donkey could. The donkey saw the angel and moved off the road into a field. Balaam became angry. He struck the donkey and forced it back onto the road. But the angel appeared again. This time, the donkey saw the angel blocking a narrow path between two walls. The donkey pressed against the wall, crushing Balaam's foot. Again, Balaam beat the animal. Still, Balaam couldn't see what was happening. 3. The donkey speaks. Then the angel appeared a third time. There was nowhere for the donkey to escape. So the donkey simply lay down beneath Balaam. Balaam became furious. He took his staff and began beating the donkey again. And then something unbelievable happened. The donkey spoke. It asked Balaam, "What have I done to you that you have beaten me these 3 times?" Think about that. A donkey was talking to him, and Balaam actually answered. He was so angry that he didn't even stop to wonder how his donkey was speaking. Balaam said that the donkey had made him look foolish and that he would kill it if he had a sword. The donkey reminded Balaam that it had always been faithful to him. Then God opened Balaam's eyes. And finally, Balaam saw the angel standing in the road with a drawn sword. Suddenly, Balaam understood. The donkey hadn't been disobedient. The donkey had actually saved his life. 4. Balaam realizes the truth. The angel told Balaam that his journey was reckless and that the donkey had turned away because it could see the danger. If the donkey hadn't moved, Balaam would have been killed. Balaam immediately admitted that he had sinned. He finally understood something important. Sometimes we become so focused on where we want to go that we fail to notice the danger standing directly in our path. Balaam thought the donkey was the problem. But the donkey was actually protecting him. And this is what makes the story so powerful. God used something Balaam considered ordinary and insignificant to get his attention. A man who was supposed to speak God's words couldn't even see the angel in front of him. But a donkey could. 5. Balaam faces King Balak. Eventually, Balaam arrived and met King Balak. Balak expected Balaam to curse Israel. But Balaam gave him a warning. He could not simply say whatever he wanted. He could only speak what God commanded. Balak wanted curses. But God gave Balaam blessings. Again and again, Balaam tried to pronounce a curse over Israel. And again, God turned the curse into a blessing. Balak became frustrated. He had paid Balaam to destroy Israel's future. Instead, Balaam was declaring that Israel was protected by God. 6. The lesson of the talking donkey. The story of Balaam and his talking donkey is more than a strange story about an animal speaking. It is a lesson about obedience, pride, and seeing what we often fail to see. Balaam was so focused on his destination that he didn't recognize the danger in front of him. But God used the donkey to stop him. Sometimes the obstacle in our path isn't there to destroy us. Sometimes it's there to protect us. And sometimes, God can use the most unexpected thing to open our eyes. Balaam learned that day that no reward, no king, and no amount of money could change what God had already decided. Because when God blesses someone, no curse can overturn his purpose.